Another amazing week of Lego creations. We have a lot of cool stuff this week, in particular some very interesting vehicles. As always, remember that all the builders and the articles mentioned in this video will be linked in the description down below for you to go and check them out. Welcome to a new episode of This Week in Bricks. Let's start from the Instagram section. The first builder to be featured is Alexandrerossier. Very cool automotive vehicle designer. There's a lot of very cool stuff on his profile. He posted this Cyber Racer pit stop, very cool vehicle with this interesting pit stop layout. You can see the new road plates at the bottom, an interesting structure on the side, and of course the highlight here is this huge, massive vehicle. I love the color scheme with this purple front with the driver's seat and this big windscreen at the front. Next up, we have Lego Passions, another interesting builder that has this very cool floating Asgard mock. You can check out his profile to see a little bit more close-up picture of this floating design, very colorful as well, very well executed. Next up, another amazing builder that you must follow, Brickleas. We featured him before here on the channel. He has this new Hashima cube from Offshore 22. Very cool here, amazing build and amazing as well photography and lighting. Every side, every corner of this cube that you look at is really amazing, not just for the lighting but all the details and the techniques, a lot of texture, curved design, very cool. It's like a word on his own, very amazing build. We also have another build from New Hashima. So here we have Brick Ready Art, another amazing builder we featured before. He has some close-up picture of this new Hashima Sector 22. Here we can see these very cool brick build details, this graffiti, this lost graffiti at the front, but also we can see all those the dirt from the sewer on the left side coming down. That's also brick build into that slanted wall. Very interesting, and if you scroll you can see a little bit more close-up details of this very cool new Hashima sector. Next up, we have issemclem with some Mario Kart war game inspired. So here we have this little cart, and the headline, I guess, is this. The highlight is this very cool cow driving over here. Very nice little build. A lot of fun with this kind of builds. We also have clicklever that we feature a few times already on the channel. He has this very cool build called the Path Unfolds. I'm not sure exactly who is this character, but it's very cool. This camel, I guess, in the desert with this character on top and the moon at the back. Very well executed. The pose is also very cool. And also if you scroll further, you can see a little bit of the extra details and also a little bit of the photography and editing behind this design. Next up, we have gaylespiller with a very interesting build that looks a little bit to me like a book nook. So we have these alley cats, so you can see a lot of different cats and a lot of different details in this build that has a lot of details, a lot of texture. There's an arch on top, a brick build arch on top, a lot of different like masonry kind of design, and a very nice door with all those green windows inside. Very cool build. Next up, we have again Panoda one. We featured him before. This time he has a different build. This is a banana automaton, which is a sort of mech, which is very cool also because it's built on a pretty small scale. So it's amazing how much detail can be packed on a scale this small. Then we have Syrdarian. We featured him before as well with this very cool build, the Herbalist. Let me get the picture up here. Herbalist Enchanted Haven. So this is a build, I think, from the Summer Joust 2024. Here we can see the picture, the lighting coming from outside, very interesting, but here you can find, of course, a lot of very interesting detail, like sort of organized chaos. A lot of different things that you can spot, especially if you scroll into all the close-up picture. I love also, as simple as it is, just the floor have just the right amount of tiles and studs. Just a basic thing is done extremely well. But of course here you can find a lot of very interesting techniques. So go and check it out. Now let's move on to the article section. Let's start as usual from tips and bricks. We have the mock of the week, which are characters by Danko. We feature it multiple times, and here you can see, of course, a lot of details of all his different very cool characters. And here you can find on a small piece count some very crazy part usage. Very, very clever part usage, so go and check out his profile. Next up, we have a technique discussion. There are many builders featured over here. You can go and check them out. About smoke techniques that are done in many different and very clever way. Some are really something I could never thought about it, but there are some really, really cool stuff over here. Look at this one. Anyway, I recommend you to go and check it out. And on the article here, you can find also the name of all the builders featured in these builds. Now, new elementary. We have the reveal of two new botanical sets, the Japanese red maple bonsai tree and the happy plants. Very cool sets, and I've been wondering recently, like, when are they gonna come out with a new bonsai tree? I love the first one so much, which is the one that kick off then the botanical collection, and I'm really glad that this one came out. If I'm not wrong, it's designed by Wes Talbott that we feature on the channel many times. And here they spotted a very interesting new plant piece, which is this sort of a tree leaf plant like that we can use for like palm trees and stuff. There's a smaller one, so I'm guessing this is gonna come out soon, maybe in other colors. And we have also a new kind of macaroni tube. So very, very interesting. And of course, there are new recolor and new other things to be discovered in this set. And the appear plants, I think, also a small set. Pretty fun. This I think is designed by Aaron Newman, previously on Lego Master a few years ago. Very, very cool. Looking forward to those. Then Brick Nerd, we have some interesting article. This is posted by Henry Lick Leader, but it's a guest article by Mirko Crucchiola, which is an Italian afol, and he's talking about a team that maybe not many people know, that is Lego Minitalia, that doesn't just identify a team, but also a particular type of brick. So if you are interested in, this a little bit of history of Lego teams, then you can go and check out this article. Then we have another write-up by Oscar Sederwall about using Pinterest for Lego inspiration. This is very interesting also because I normally use Pinterest when I need to look for concept art and inspiration for my mocks. So it's part of my regular activity before I start to build something. Let's go on Pinterest, and I think it's one of the best places where you can find images. And here it gives you some tips on how to use it. I usually use it like just a more regular search, but is definitely a very important tool for inspiration. Then we have this article by Chris Roberts, A Rise Above the Cloud. This is actually an interview with Carter Witz and Roanoke Handybuck about this very, very cool build with some very interesting techniques and also choice of interesting colors. So here you can have all the how this build came together, all the details, so go and read it. Then we move on to the Brothers Brick. There's a lot of reviews this week. Just to point out a set that I really like is this Star Wars logo. I haven't seen how it's built, so I don't know whether the techniques are interesting or not, but I think it's just a very nice display. As simple as it looks, I think it will look well on everybody display. Either you're a big in Star Wars or just casual fan of Star Wars, this would look good everywhere, on a shelf, on a desk. I think this is just a very nice design and instantly recognizable. I think it will do very well. Moving on, talking about logos, there is this very interesting Mcdonald logo. This is done by Aiden.builds. It looks like a small build. It's actually pretty big, I think. And there's some interesting techniques over here because I think there's some bending involved in the way that this curve of the end is achieved. So I would like to see some more close-up picture on how this is built. Next up, we have a very cool build by Andreas Lenander, the Falcon Chapel. We will talk a little bit more about this later in the video section. But as always, Andreas Lenander put out always amazing builds. Let's move on to the contest. Then we have a new contest on EuroBricks. So this is the Multiverse Mayhem contest. You have to build a vignette, a maximum of a 16 by 16 stats, mixing up two different IPs, excluding Star Wars. So you can say, for example, you can say Ninja Turtles and Spider-Man and put them together into a little vignette. Very, very fun contest. I participated to this kind of vignette contest before. A lot of fun. I recommend. Then let's continue with the Rogue Olympics. So here is my build for round 7, I think. The topic is temperature. And this is my Nordic cycle, my sauna build with a little bit of snow in the background. But let's see which one were my favorite builds from the previous week 6. The topic was attack. So we have this very cool ghastly confused ray by Woomy World. The competition in the Rogue Olympics this year is crazy. There's some very, very cool build every week constantly. We are Thirdfretcapo with this thumb, with this big foot that is gonna step on a pin. Very, very cool. There is also some behind the scene on how this photo has been taken. Very, very nice. And then we have this very nice build, the Colossal Titan by Newman. I recently watched a couple of episodes of Attack on Titans I never watched before, and I instantly recognize the type of scene that we have here, and the part usage is very, very interesting, considering also that this one has to be kept below 101 parts. Here is also my little submission for the attack week, with the sushi chef walking through there, and he's gonna have a sneak attack by this ninja on top of the Torii Gate. Very simple build, but I think the composition, the balance of this build work really well. My suggestion this week for Lego ideas, we have Truman Bricks. 20 times already reached 10,000 supporters, and he's the designer behind the Starry Night idea set. We talked last time about the Cat Bus and all the Studio Ghibli stuff. So here's another one. If you are a fan, you can go and support it. Another very, very cool design. You can see a little bit more of the close-up details of this build and all the characters. Very, very well done, as always. Now, let's move into the video section. Let's start with Alpha Sleep Chris, massive channel. In this recent video, he put together some very cool Lego challenges. For example, the one where he turned the R2D2 into a colorful one. It was pretty good, actually. I think it's an activity that can be done by most people, and it's pretty fun. Then we have Luca Petraglia, the Italian builder. We feature multiple times. He's starting his first exhibition with all of his masterpieces. He's in Italy, of course, but here you can have a look at all the massive architectural build that he brings to his exhibition. Another Italian builder, here we are on Stebrick. Here is working together with another builder. I will put all the links down below. With this exclusive build of the Wizard Black Tower, which is of course inspired by the Lord of the Rings. There's, I think, only 50 of these, if I'm not wrong. Of course, it's a quite expensive set, if you want to call it, but they did this before with other builders, as well as Luca Petraglia, that we just mentioned. And this is a very, very cool build. You can see how it's built here. You can find all the details. I will put the link in the description if you want to go and purchase one of these exclusive sets with the printed instruction, and everything is high quality stuff. Next up, we have Jacob Case and Mox with a little build here about the progress on this little beach build. So you can see a little bit of behind the scene on how the idea started and how then it worked out to the new direction of this build that I think he does during some live streams. Next up, we have Stance by Lego. It's a small channel, but the builder is very famous. He posted some very short video, like a few seconds video about this little build, this sort of little dancing character. I think they are really, really, really cool. So this is not an active channel, but I really love this and I wanted to share it with you. Next up, we have Andreas Lenander. As I mentioned earlier, he has the video about the Lego chapel over here. Go and check it out. It's a short video again, but it's always nice to find out all the little details of how this mod come together. Next up, we have myself. This week I posted another 2 habitats about the 2 minifigures from the Series 6. And you also have a behind the scene video for my members only vlog with this, as well as my Rogue Olympics builds. If you want to support the channel, you can consider doing your shopping on Amazon US. Here we have, talking about vehicles, a 23% off on the Lego Icons McLaren MP4. Very, very cool build. This is the last year F1 for the Icons team. And they also have a 20% off on the Ornithopter from Dune. Amazing, amazing build, amazing movie. 20% off, not so bad. But of course, if you don't want to do any purchases on Amazon, you can just consider to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Here you can find the playlist with all the previous episodes of This Week in Bricks. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao!